Hello and welcome to the Karnage eSports TV channel. I am your host, the vocal terrorist Jesse Rain, and you are watching VocTer Gaming's Karnage Specials number 11, in which we have a real test for the Team Karnage player. We are featuring today, of course, Team Karnage's TKLemonyTang. He is a Terran player I had quite a few misgivings about when he first joined the team. I didn't think his play was up to standard as exists currently in the UK, especially as a Terran player. And then I saw him face off against Jimmy in the best of 3 that I covered on this channel. And oh my god, did TKLemonyTang play well. But even then, that wasn't quite enough to convince me. What it took was the SC Forum Open tournament, which TKLemonyTang won. Interestingly, Team Karnage's pad came 3rd in that as well. But TKLemonyTang won, and not only did he won in convincing fashion. His Terran play was so good, to the point where I now rank him as one of the best Terrans in the UK. But this is why it's a test, because as you can see here, he's up against Fargo of, I believe, Western Wolves, if I'm being fed my information correctly, and he's rated as the #1 UK Terran after DeMuslim, but DeMuslim's in America, so he doesn't count anymore. So this guy is literally the best competition you can get in a Terran player in the UK. This is the game where we really see how good TKLemonyTang has become. Nice little harass here from Fargo, but it's not going to do anything. TKLemonyTang's going to stop him. The scout from Fargo was very, very early. Really wanted to get in before that wall off. That's the way some players play. TKLemonyTang scouting at the more traditional timing. Is he going to check cross first? Look at this. See, this is what happens when you play too many GSL and MLG maps. You scout cross first. As it is, of course, Fargo's up here, because that can happen on just the normal Antigua shipyard. They do not have cross-only set. And Fargo's going to do the 1 racks expand. Perfectly normal for every Terran in every matchup ever. Really not supposed to see that, except against Zerg, where you still generally go kind of a 2 racksy type thing, or you do react to Hellions or whatever. And TKLemonyTang will do the same, but slightly slower and slightly safer. Not a huge divergence, between the two players at the moment, except for this. Okay, double refinery again. Fargo just ahead. You know, he's just hitting these timings a little bit quicker, and that will hurt TKLemonyTang in the future, because you do not, in a mirror matchup, want to give your opponent any kind of advantage whatsoever, because if they are good, they will use every last second of advantage that you give them. So here we see Fargo finishing up that command center just a little bit before, and going factory, obviously, because he got 2 refineries. Will likely go into Banshee play. Banshee's still so popular as an opening in TVT. Bunker going up at the front of the base from TKLemonyTang. These ones nicely placed from Fargo, so there will be no run-bys of SCVs or Marines. And that will not be scouted until some aerial units come along. We have a factory as well from TKLemonyTang off of the double gas, so probably going to go Banshees himself. Oh no, double factory. Look at this, just going straight into mech play. He don't care. And this, of course, is one of TKLemonyTang's defining features. He loves the mech play, especially in TVT, where it is so strong. But you really do need the skill to pull it off. And from what I've seen, TKLemonyTang does have that skill. But how much damage will this Banshee do? Because Starport going down, Tech Lab going down, that is a definite 100% Banshee. And wow, Fargo really does not want that Banshee to be scouted before it comes up. Of course, scans can always go down, so there's not 100% of things you can do to stop yourself being scouted by a Terran, but if they are forced to scan, that does waste a mule, and so on and so forth. You've heard that run a million times, no doubt, as a fan of StarCraft 2. So, and look at that, opening the message log, because I can't click in the right places. We have Hellions on the way from TKLemonyTang with the blue flame, the Infernal Pre-Igniter. Once you get that and +1 attack, you absolutely roast everything in your way bio-wise. So I would like to see the +1 attack following it. The blue flame doesn't do quite enough now to justify getting it just by itself, for me anyway. That's my own personal take on the matter. We have Cloak on the way, a Banshee half done. Starport coming out from LemonyTang. He's going to want to get a Viking first. Oh, and what a lovely scan. Sees the tech lab working, and there's the sad phrase from Fargo. He did so much to try and stop LemonyTang from seeing that, but at the end of the day was unable to. Really nice scan. So Cloak is seen because you can see the tech lab working. He knows that's a Banshee coming out, and now he should be setting up to defend. That Starport will not finish in time to get the first Viking out quickly enough, so he's going to have to build missile turrets once that eBay finishes. So this Banshee just has a little bit of timing where it can do some damage. Here we see kiting the Marines, taking a little bit more damage than it should do, because theoretically you can kite Marines without even being shot, and this is always a nice idea. Not so good in this scenario. I'll talk about why in a minute once this harass is over. The missile turret is going up. It's so close to completion. If you could pick up that SCV, doing it, but no, just going to stay out of missile turret range instead. We'll pick off more and more SCVs. We have Hellions doing run-bys here, roasting a couple of Marines, always handy. The bunker is up, but empty because we're forced to chase that Hellion. And now the Banshee is going to try and come down here to do some damage. It picks off one, that's all it picks off, and here comes the... Oh, doesn't even cloak. Second Banshee's here, but is cloaked. Unfortunately, he is within range of that missile turret. Fargo needs to be paying attention. As it is, it looks like he's going to sack it. Oh, tries to kill that mule, but no. Now just going to pick off Marines. Forces a scan, but down goes the Banshee. So, I just want to do a quick talk on why you would kill Marines rather than SCVs. Because in a Terran, mules are so important to the economy. Mules absolutely ratchet up their economy, and losing just a couple of SCVs here and there, not a huge deal to a Terran player. What does matter though is killing off those Marines makes any early aggression they do, any kind of timing attack with those Marines, much less effective, and it makes you a lot safer at home. Now unfortunately this doesn't work against LemonyTang, because LemonyTang goes super mech and he does not care about those Marines. Now the Banshee's up, takes half damage and then cloaks, and then turns around and gets out of there. We have one Marine just scouting for a third that's not up at the moment, and of course Fargo unable to get one up of his own because these Hellions are doing way too good at map control. So we have double factory being built now. Whereabouts for Fargo? Is it at the back of the main? Genuinely don't know. Here they are. Double factory going up. So both players, it looks like, wanting to go mech, and Banshee's coming. Oh no, it's a Viking. What? What are you doing, Fargo? Okay, that was a weird misstep from Fargo. Sending in a Viking into a missile turret. It's not even something that can fire back. And look at this. LemonyTang's production going off the hook. Going to add 2 more factories. Total of 4 factories. Producing a reactor Hellions. 2 Hellions from this at a time generally. Currently just 1 because of his money woes, as it were. Trying to get as much as possible out. And there we go. There's the double Hellion coming out of there. Good lad. Only producing Hellions from this at the moment. Now going up to siege tanks once again has the money. Just cut back on those siege tanks for a little bit to get these 2 extra factories up. It's a small delay that will be worth it in the end. Now we have +1 vehicle weapons already on the way from Fargo. Not even started yet for LemonyTang. Here's the engineering bay, but that was just for the missile turrets. Really wants to get that armory up as soon as possible. You do not want to be behind in upgrades in a mech versus mech scenario. If you are, it really comes down to your control. And when you're playing against a guy considered to be the #1 UK Terran, you do not want to have to rely on your control to win your games. Hellion is being chased away by the Banshee. It should escape, and will come out and meet a ton of other Hellions, and more importantly the Vikings, because the Vikings are the only thing that can shoot air currently in LemonyTang's army. So he loses the Hellion at the Zonaga Watchtower, but he will have a go at killing this Banshee. Will he cloak it in time? Fargo without the cloak, too busy at home focusing. And there goes the 3rd command center now that he feels he has a bit more map control. But oh my word, does he really have that map control? Too many Vikings for LemonyTang. It means Fargo has to pull back. He's going to lose the CSAC here. He's going to lose these Hellions if he tries to attack. And this 3rd base is not staying up if he knows about it. Instead, going to kill SCVs. Going to try and kill that CSAC as well with the high ground. CSACs with splash do a ton of damage. Do not run your SCVs into CSAC splash, Fargo. That is not how you win games. Double scan going down. Oh, will that CSAC die in time? Oh, great repair. Will it survive? No. So another of Fargo's siege tanks go down, and now he is cut off from his third, so there is absolutely nothing stopping LemonyTang from going out there and killing it. Right now he just wants to try and take down this factory since he has the vision. And lifting up would mean Fargo cannot produce any more siege tanks than that. Of course, he does have 2 more factories for siege tanks here, so LemonyTang needs to be quite careful. Oh, the Thor coming out as well. So Fargo going incredible mech. I keep forgetting Fargo's name, that's terrible because he was clearly on an episode of Eureka, on every episode of Eureka in fact, and I love Eureka. Great show, but that factory, man. Did he allow that to die? That's incredible. That's just poor control. For me, you really should have lifted that up and shifted it, but I don't see it anywhere, so it looks like that factory did actually die. And now LemonyTang, ignoring the third currently, just going to slowly siege push forwards, adding more and more siege tanks to this attack, and it looks like he may just have him here. Now, of course, Fargo does have the +1 attack to LemonyTang's OO. He's trying to get +2 attack. The only thing he has is the blue flame Hellions. And once again, that starport is in the range of the siege tank. He's trying to build more from it. No, he needs to lift it. Now he lifts it, but it's already on fire, so it does need to be protected. It needs to be repaired. Oh, saves it at the last second with that repair. But now he needs to move the Thor before it's in siege tank range. It's losing its hit points, and that's going to have to be repaired, which of course is more money. Now Fargo has built up a ton of money that he cannot spend probably because he keeps having to lift his production facilities. Now LemonyTang needs to be careful, has to land his Vikings, so loses the vision advantage now. That's really bad for him. When you're pushing with siege tanks, you really need that vision advantage, especially when going up high ground, of course, because of the vision problems. Scans going down. Luckily for him, he does have scans. And look at this, even losing supply depots now to the point at the front where he is supply blocked. So nothing more going to come out of Fargo after these Hellions and siege tanks until he adds more supply depots. And this is a huge push. And LemonyTang is done sieging, doing incredible single target DPS at the moment. Starter stepping his tanks back from the SCVs, is forced to pull back now. But there are siege tanks waiting, already sieged to do the damage. Here comes some more Vikings. Again being forced to land, just adding to the ground DPS at the moment until he has enough Vikings to just lift up and kill Fargo. Interestingly, he's allowed this third base to stay up all the time, and that's allowing Fargo to just keep up economy-wise. A command center is up at home, but right now all of LemonyTang's focus is on this attack. He really wants to kill him at this point. You can feel it. You can feel it in the way LemonyTang is playing. Right now his heart is racing. He's so excited. The blood is all in his head, in his fingers. Just desperate. He wants to win. Fargo landing Vikings here, trying to stave off this attack, this contain, but it's just doing so much damage. LemonyTang is slowly losing units, but right now he's going to force the command center to lift, and in fact forces a GG. LemonyTang beating the #1 Terran in the UK. I cannot stress that enough. That is what LemonyTang has become. LemonyTang is one of the most fearsome Terrans right now in the UK, especially in the TVT matchup. It's been so long since I've seen him play a TVT where he hasn't played spectacularly, so hopefully wins like this will continue to increase his confidence, and we will see more and more from LemonyTang in the future at the iSeries events and other UK tournaments. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I've been your host, the vocal terrorist Jesse Rain. If you want to see more from me, go check out youtube.com/VocTer Gaming, www.scvrush.com, or of course twitch.tv/VocTer Gaming, where I will be streaming some StarCraft 2 regularly from today, in fact, as well as other games like The Secret World, which I play. And there was another game I was going to stream and I can't remember its name, but never mind. If you want to see a certain game streamed, please let me know. Email me, VocTerGaming@gmail.com. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again, hopefully, very shortly when I get a few more Team Karnage replays. So remember, have a good night, and Team Karnage fighting.